Hi, Alayne Kay Christian here. I've decided to do a partial reading of my book, An Old Man and His Penguin, How DINDIM Made JOÁO Pereira de Souza an Honorary Penguin. It is beautifully illustrated by Malanka Reardon. Speaking of the beautiful art by Malanka, look how cute this is. See how it's circled? The old man, JOÁO, in the shadow, his hat makes him look like a penguin, and their two little beaks are pointing to each other. It's so sweet. Anyway, I just wanted to share that. Uh, the I'm not very good at pronouncing things. I'm probably messing up JOÁO's name. I tried to find out how to pronounce it, and that's the best I can do. DINDIM in Portuguese is pronounced something like Jean. I don't know that I'm saying it right, but most Americans see DINDIM as DINDIM, so I use that name. Also, it's just a cute name. If you're reading to the kids, it's, just a cute name. Anyway, let's move on. On an island off the coast of Brazil, a black blob bobbed on the beach. The tarry figure shimmered and squirmed in the flowing sea foam. It squeaked. JOÁO squinted and moved closer. Slippery, heavy, soaked with oil, the penguin swiggled and wiggled. It could not stand. JOÁO cradled the dying penguin in his arms. He called him DINDIM. Like a mama robin feeding worms to her nestlings, JOÁO hand-fed DINDIM sardines. JOW's knobby fingers gently soaped and scrubbed gooey feathers. Day in, day out, soaping, scrubbing, rinsing, until... Shake, shake, waddle, waddle, flap, flap. DINDIM stood. DINDIM loved his showers. Honk, honk. Each day, DINDIM and JOÁO dipped and zipped. And at night, while JOÁO slept, his dog kept the little penguin safe. DINDIM nestled in a ragged fishing net and napped with the chickens. Squawk, squeak, flap, flap. DINDIM toddled behind JOÁO everywhere he went. Honk, honk. JOÁO learned to waddle behind DINDIM like a giant penguin. He loved DINDIM like a son. DINDIM loved JOÁO as if he were another penguin. But DINDIM needed real penguin friends. Maybe if JOÁO took the bird to another island, he would forget JOÁO and swim to the other penguins. But DINDIM didn't swim to the other penguins. Instead, he swam right back to JOÁO. Squawk, squeak, flap, flap. JOÁO dashed outside. DINDIM! Honk, honk. DINDIM wagged his tail and waddled in circles. For 9 months, DINDIM never left JOW's side. They strolled the coastline together. They swam together. And they fished together. Until... Splash! DINDIM dove deep and disappeared. JOÁO was sad to see his friend go, but he was hopeful that DINDIM would find penguin friends. JOÁO strolled the coastline alone. He swam alone. He fished alone. And he wondered where his little friend went. One day in June, to JOW's surprise, DINDIM rolled in on a wave. DINDIM! JOW called. Honk! The penguin pattered right into JOW's loving arms. DINDIM was very thin from his journey. JOW fed him sardines. Soon, DINDIM was fat and strong. DINDIM wandered in and out of JOW's house as he pleased. When he wanted to cool down, honk! He shuffled to the shower. Jowl waddled and Dindim marched between his big bare feet. They toddled through the village. People followed. Crowds gathered around to see the old man and his penguin. Villagers wanted to pet Dindim. Hands reached out. Snap and peck went Dindim's beak. Dindim pecked Jowl too, but they were gentle kisses. Gentle penguin kisses. Every morning, Jowl gave Dindim a shower. Then he sipped his morning coffee while Dindim waited patiently to go dip and zip. They shuffled over powdery sand to the sea and splashed in the surf. One February day, honk, honk, Dindim waddled in circles. He studied the horizon. He studied his friend. Go to the sea, Jowl shouted. Dindim looked out at the never-ending blue. He turned back to Jowl. Squeak, squeak, wah. No, I won't leave with you, Jowl said. I don't know how to swim like you. If I knew, I would go with you. Splash! Dindim dove into a swell and disappeared. Villagers told Jowl that the penguin would never return, but Jowl could not say if he would or he wouldn't. Jowl strolled the coastline alone. He swam alone. He fished alone, and he wondered if he would ever see his little friend again. Every June, Jowl paces the beach, watching, waiting, remembering. And I'm going to leave it there. There's a beautiful ending, but I'm not going to share the ending with you because I want to encourage you to read the book. And the images that I'm sharing in this presentation are from an uncorrected proof, an e-arc. So there may be some errors, and I noticed here the word remember, it doesn't show up after waiting, but it is in the book. In case it wasn't apparent throughout, this is a true story. It really did happen. And there's an author note that expands on the true story, and it gives a little bit of information about Magellanic penguins. And I think one of the most interesting things is that I always thought that penguins like it cold. Well, I guess not all penguins do, because this type of penguin actually likes it warm. And every year, millions of them come back to Patagonia and South Argentina to breed. And the average high temperature during their stay is 81 degrees Fahrenheit and 27 degrees Celsius. And when the time that the millions of penguins go back to Patagonia is the time that Dindim comes to visit Jowl. And scientists believe that Dindim has exchanged his family for Jowl, and so now he goes to his family. So anyway, thought that was interesting, and it's a good author's note with some touching things in there as well. An Old Man and His Penguin won the Story Monster Approved Award for Nonfiction Picture Book. I think that was when it was first released in 2020 or 2021. The next slide will tell you how to get to my blog so that you can read Whatever Happened to Dindim. So my blog address is alaynekaychristian.wordpress.com, and if you go to the blog, you can do a search. Just search Whatever Happened to Dindim, and it will come up. The story is titled Whatever Happened to Dindim and JOÃO Piera de Souza. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this reading. You can find the book at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Book Depository, Books A Million, Walmart, many other stores and libraries. I hope I hope you like it, and I hope that you will share it with young readers. I think they'll enjoy it. And from, readings that Malaka and I have done, the kids, many of the kids actually know the true story, so that's kind of cool. Thank you for taking time to listen to my reading.